Jussie Smollett's family is not done with protesting for his name, even though he has been released from jail. And we're finding out more details about Jussie Smollett's time in jail. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So, we've been following this Jussie Smollett case. I thought once he was sentenced, he would do his time and we would be done with it. However, as you know, people like Taraji P. Henson have spoken out. Tina Knowles has spoken out. There have been a lot of people trumping for Jussie Smollett. Look, however, as you know, he was convicted of faking a biased crime. He was sentenced to 150 days in jail, more than likely would have served only half of that. Then, of course, we heard this week that he was released pending his appeal. He would only have to pay $150,000 if he did not show up for court. Well, his attorney's giving us more insight on what was going on with Jussie while he was in there. As you know, we reported also that he was placed in a psych ward, which was not unusual for high-profile inmates. So, we're hearing that while he was in there, he was on a fast. I may have told you that in probably my podcast. I can't recall where I mentioned this information. Well, we're hearing that he only had ice water. That's been his food and liquid. I can only imagine if I was in jail for something I didn't do, I wouldn't be eating. This was his attorney. More so, in regards to how Jussie reacted to the news that he was being released, his attorney says he pushed his hands on the glass and his eyes got teary. I've never seen that because he's been really strong in there. He nearly lost hope in our constitutional system. He was shocked. I think he had nearly given up. As you know, we have gone back and forth on this whole Jussie Smollett situation. It hasn't ended. As you know, his family members have spoken out. Specifically, his brother has been taking to social media to talk about it. And one of the things that his brother has said is how innately homophobic the African American community is.
Our community innately has a lot of homophobia in it. And they leveraged that fact. They knew that ultimately Jussie was not going to get the same type of support as a straight Black man. And it's been obvious. I find it very difficult to believe that this ever would have gotten this far if Jussie was a straight Black man. And so we need to really think about that. Celebrities, common people, everyone. We need to think about the fact that literally society at large failed him. And hopefully one day the truth comes out to where people can see it clear as day. I don't know how they don't see it now, but hopefully someday that happens. And when that day happens, it's really a shame that it took that long for folks to understand that.
Jockey, so you think that if Jussie were a straight Black man, the public reception would have been way less intent on vilifying him from the jump?
Hands down. As a straight Black man, that is hands down what would have happened.
Look, we can have a whole conversation on that. However, he is saying in this video that we as a community have failed Jussie Smollett. He said, these are his words. He said that we have failed Jussie Smollett because of homophobia within the African American community. Look, there is homophobia in the African American community, but that has nothing to do with the Jussie Smollett situation. He has been convicted in the law. We could go back and forth, and we will, as always. We can go back and forth if whether or not you believe that the sentence is justified. But if Jussie Smollett has been convicted by a jury of lying and faking this biased crime, then there has to be some sort of punishment for that. Jail time, maybe not. But a lot of you have been bringing up the old story from, I think it was like 2007, where Jussie Smollett was alleged. I don't know if it's alleged, if this has been proven, but I'll say allegedly to protect everything that's here. That he pretty much was arrested for a DUI and gave his brother's identification as opposed to his own. So Jussie Smollett is not so innocent, y'all. And look, there are a lot of people like, you know what I did, a few years ago. Why hold that against me now? Well, now you're doing something else that's fraudulent. But don't come up here. Look, and he's taking his whole family down with him. But they're grown. His grandmother was in court. As she, look, family sticks together. But this whole Free Jussie movement, miss me on that. And miss me on trying to use now, homophobia within the African American community. It's a real thing, but don't use the Jussie Smollett to justify what he did. Because he was ready to take down those 2 Nigerian brothers who initially, according to his report, were white. But he was ready to take them down with no problem. Attorney, how much time would the Nigerian brothers would have served if they were convicted for beating him up for this bias crime? A lot more than 150 days. I know that much. But it missed me on the whole, it's the homophobia within the African American community. Y'all better stop using these real life problems that people are having to justify your stupid behavior. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say stupid. No, I did. Oh, I saw this last night, y'all. And I said, oh, y'all, are y'all trolling us at this point? Leave us out of your mess, Jussie. Do your time and move on. So we all can move on. Guys, I want to know your thoughts. We can have a whole conversation about how there is homophobia within the African American community and why. But that is not what we need to be having about Jussie. Because it has nothing to do with what Jussie did. But let's have the conversation below. And as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.